the knowledge
and
and wisdom to make an impact was my father. A simple cook. A wisest man in my life. Just a simple cook. Left school in the third grade and half out of the primary farm just because he left school doesn't mean his education stopped. Mark Twain once said, I never allowed my schooling to get in the way of my education. My father taught himself how to read, taught himself how to write, decided in the midst of Jim Crowism as America was birthing the last gasp of the Civil War. My father decided he was going to stand and not a black man, not a brown man, not a white man, but a man. He literally challenged himself to be the best that he could all the days of his life. A third grade dropout that who was calling Michelangelo saying to us boys, I won't have a problem if you aim high and miss, but I'm gonna realize if you aim low and hit. A country mother quoting Harley Ford saying, if you think you can or if you think you can't, you're right. You're right. I learned that from a third grade drop. Simple lessons. Lessons like this, son, you better rather be an hour early than a minute late. We never knew what time it was. It was in my house because the clocks were being hours ahead. My mother said for nearly 30 years, my father left the house at 30:45 in the morning. One day she asked me why, Daddy. He said, maybe one of my boys will catch me in the act of an excellence. I want to share a few things with you. Aristotle said, you are what you repeatedly do. Therefore, excellence ought to be a habit, not an act. Not an act. Don't ever forget that. I know you're tough. I know you are seaworthy, but always remember to be kind. Always. Don't ever forget that. Never embarrass mama. Yeah. If mommy ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. If daddy ain't happy, nobody cares. Then you know, I'm telling you. Next lesson. Lesson from a cook up there in the galley. Son, make sure your service tower is bigger than your ego. Ego is the anesthesia that deadens the pain of stupidity. You might have a relative in mind you want to send it to. Let me say it again. Ego is the anesthesia that deadens the pain of stupidity. Pride is the burden of a foolish person. John Wooden coached basketball at UCLA for a living, but his calling was to impact people. And with all those national championships, guess what he was found doing in the middle of the week? Going into the cupboard, grabbing a broom, and sweeping his own gym floor. You want to make an impact? Find your broom. Every day of your life, you find your broom. You grow your influence that way. That way, you are attracting people so that you can impact them. Final lesson. Son, if you're gonna do a job, do it right. I've always been told how average I can be. Always been criticized about being average. But I want to tell you something. I stand here before all of these people not listening to those words, but telling myself every single day to shoot for the stars, to be the best that I can be. Good enough isn't good enough if it can be better, and better isn't good enough if it can be best. Let me close with a very personal story that I think will bring all this into focus. Wisdom will come to you in the likeliest of sources, a lot of times through failure. When you hit rock bottom, remember this. While you're struggling, rock bottom can also be a great foundation on which to build and on which to grow. I'm not worried that you'll be successful. I'm worried that you won't fail from time to time. Person that gets off the canvas and keeps growing. That's the person that will continue to grow their influence. Back in the 70s, to help me make this point, let me introduce you to someone. I'm at the finest woman I've ever met in my life. Back in my day, we have called her a brick house.
This woman was the finest woman I've seen in my life. There was just a little problem. Back then, ladies didn't like big line old men. The blind side hadn't come out yet. They like quarterbacks and running backs. We are at this dance and final return of Williams from Blanco, California. And we all dancing and we just excited. And I decided in the middle of the dance with her that I would ask her for her phone number. Chino was the first one. Chino was the only one encouraged to get me a real telephone number. The next day we walked to Baskin Robbins ice cream parlor. My friends couldn't believe it. This has been 40 years ago and my friends still can't believe it. We gone on a second date, and a third date, and a fourth date. We drive from Chico to Barrios, so that she could be my parents. My father meets her, my daddy, my hero. He meets her, pulls me to the side, and she said, "Is she psycho?" But anyway, we go together for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. By now, Trina's a senior in college. I'm still a freshman, but I'm working some things out. I'm so glad I graduated in 4 times. Nixon, Ford, Carter, Reagan. So now it's time to propose. I talked to her girlfriends. It's California, it's in the 70s, so I have to be outside. Have to have a candle. I have to have some chocolate. Listen, I'm from the hood. I had a bottle of Boone's wine. That's what I had. She said yes. That was the key. I married the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life. You've never been to the wedding. Even before the wedding starts, you hear this. How in the world? And it was coming from my side of the family. We get married, we have a few children. Our lives are great. One day, Trina finds a lump in her left breast. Breast cancer. 6 years after the diagnosis, me and my 2 little boys walked up to Mommy's casket. And for 2 years, my heart didn't beat. It wasn't for my faith in God, I would have been standing here today. If it wasn't for those 2 little boys, there would have been no reason for which to go on. I was completely lost. That was rock bottom. You know what sustained me? The wisdom of a third grade dropout. The wisdom of a simple cook from California Maritime Academy. With that casket, I never seen my dad cry. But this time I saw my dad cry. That was his daughter. Tina was his daughter, not his daughter-in-law. And I'm right behind my father, about to see her for the last time on this earth. My father shared 3 words with me to change my life right there at the casket. It'll be the last lesson he would ever teach me. He said, "Son, just stand. You keep standing. You keep standing. No matter how rough the sea, you keep standing. I'm not talking about just water. You keep standing. No matter what, you don't give up." I learned the lesson from a 3rd grade dropout. And as clearly as I'm talking to you today, these were some of her last words to me. She looked me in the eyes and she said, "It doesn't matter to me any longer how long I live. What matters to me most is how I live." Yes, your one question. A question that I was asked all my life by a 3rd grade dropout. How you living? How you living? Every day ask yourself the question, how you living? Here's what a cook in the dining center would suggest you to live this way. That you not judge, that you show up early, that you be kind, that you make sure that service towel is used and used, that if you're gonna do something, you do it the right thing,
that cook would tell you this, that it's never wrong to do the right thing, that how you do anything is how you do everything. In that way, we will grow all your influence to make it impact. In that way, you will all honor all influence to make any impact. In that way, you will honor all those who have gone before you, who have invested in you, from teachers to grandparents to mom and dad. And when you combine that academic knowledge with that wisdom, oh my goodness, you will change the world. So that class 2017, it is with great honor that I say all your life, look in those unlikest places for wisdom. Enhance your life every day by seeking the wisdom and asking yourself every night, how am I living? May God richly bless you all. Thank you for having me again. May God bless. What is it? What is it? Thank you. May God richly bless you all. 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 Thank you for having me again. May God richly bless you all. 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 When I was in fifth grade, I identified as a mentally retarded. Put back from the 5th grade into the 4th grade and stayed in the category until I got out of high school. I don't have any college training, but I met a high school teacher who one day changed my life. I was waiting on another student, and when he came in, he said to me, "Young man, go to the board and write what I'm about to tell you." And I said, "I can do that, sir." He said, "Why not?" I said, "I'm not one of your students." He said, "It doesn't matter. Follow my directions now." I said, "I can do this, sir." He said, "Why not?" I said, "Because I'm educational mental retarded." And he came from behind his desk and looked at me. He said, "Don't ever say that again. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality." And as he talked, my heart began to beat fast. Tears began to run from my eyes, and I was in the back just listening to him because the speech he was giving, that speech was for me. And he said, "Les Brown," he said, "if you want to do anything worthwhile in life, you've got to be hungry." I told Mr. Monster I wanted to become a disc jockey, and so I started working to develop myself. He said, "I want you to practice every day being a disc jockey." I said, "But I don't have any job now." He said, "It doesn't matter." He said that it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. And as I was working to develop myself, I applied for a job as a teacher to the Red Mill, Miami Beach. I went to a guy named Milton Butterworth. I said, "How are you doing, Mr. Butterworth? I'd like to get a job as a teacher." He looked at me. He said, "Do you have any broadcast background?" I said, "No, sir, I don't." "Do you have any journalism background?" I said, "No, sir, I don't." He said, "We don't have any jobs available." I said, "Yes, sir." I went back to Mr. Morton and I told him. He said, "Don't take it personally." He said, "Most people are so negative. They will have to say no 7 times before they say yes." He said, "Go back again." So I went back again. I said, "How are you doing, Mr. Butterworth? My name is Les Brown." He said, "I know what your name is, what I want." I said, "I'd like to know whether or not you have any jobs as a disc jockey, sir." He said, "Did I just tell you yesterday we didn't have any jobs?" I said, "Yes, sir, but I don't know whether or not somebody got laid off or somebody was fired, sir." He said, "No one was laid off or fired. Now get on out of here." I came back the next day like I was in for the first time. I said, "Hello, Mr. Butler, how are you?" He looked at me with rage. He said, "Go get me some coffee." I said, "Yes, sir." And I went to get him some coffee. Afterward, I'll get their lunch or dinner. I'll go in the control rooms and take the disc jockeys their food, and I would not leave until they would ask me to leave. One Saturday afternoon, While I was at the radio station, a guy named Ron was drinking while he was on the air. I was the only one there, looking at him through the control room windows, working back and forth, young, ready, and hungry. Pretty soon the phone rang. It was general manager. When I answered the phone, I said, "Hello." He said, "Les, this is Mr. Klein." I said, "I know." He said, "Ron can't finish his program." I said, "I know." He said, "Would you call one of the other DJs in?" I said, "Yes, sir." I hung the phone up. I said, "He must be think I'm crazy." I called my mom and my girlfriend Cassandra. I said, "You want to turn up the radio and come out of the front porch? I'm about to come on the air." I waited for about 20 minutes, and I called him back. I said, "Mr. Klein, I can't find nobody." He said, "Young boy, do you know how to work the controls?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Go in there and don't say nothing here." I said, "Yes, sir." I couldn't wait to get behind those controls. I put on all steel window cord fingertips. I sat down behind the turntable. I said, "Look out, this is me, arbitrary P. Last brown, your platter playing paper. There were none before me, there will be none after me. Therefore, that makes me the one and only. Young and secretly love to mingle, certified, bonafide, indubitably qualified to bring you satisfaction a whole lot of action. Look out, baby, I'm your love man." I was hungry. I was hungry. You gotta be hungry.
You gotta be hungry.
Begin to know that your greatness within you, and if just one of you here begin to envision yourself as being blessed and highly favored to reach your goals. If just one of you capture the essence of what it means that your greatness favored to reach your goals. If just one of you capture the essence of what it means that you are greatness within you, and are responsibility to manifest that greatness. That you can make your parents proud, you can make your school proud, you can touch millions of people's lives, and the world may never be the same again, because you can this way. And I was facing financial difficulties in my own life. It was very difficult to pick myself up each day, believing that I can do it. There were times that I doubted myself. I used to ask myself, can I do this? And something said within me, you're the one. Don't give up on your dream. By continuing to push forward, by continuing to run toward my dream, then one day, out of my own talk show, from literally sitting on barren building on a floor, never knowing my mother and father, being here with you today in this dorm, in Atlanta, it's a long shot. No college training, level to edge couple mental retarded, but I kept running toward my dream. Don't stop. Don't stop. Begin to know that you are greatness within you, and if just one of you capture the essence of what that means that you are greatness, and responsibility to manifest that greatness, that you can make your parents proud, you can make your school proud, you can touch millions of people's lives, and the world will never be the same again. And I have financial difficulties in my own life. It was very difficult to pick myself up each day, believing that I can do it. There were times that I doubted myself. Some things said within me, you're the one. Don't give up on your dream. By continuing to push forward, by continuing to run toward my dream, that one day, out of my own talk show, from literally sitting on barren building on a floor, never knowing my mother, father, being here with you today in this dorm, in Atlanta, it's a long shot. No college training, level the edge mental retarded, but I kept running toward my dream. Don't stop. Don't stop. When I was 5th grade, I identified as a mental retarded, put back from the 5th grade into the 4th grade.
I was in 5th grade and
stayed in that career until I got over high school. I don't have any college training, but I met a high school teacher who one day changed my life. I was waiting on another student, and when he came in, he said to me, "Young man, go to the board and write what I'm about to tell you." I said, "I can do that, sir." He said, "Why not?" I said, "I'm not one of your students." He said, "Well, it doesn't matter. Follow my directions now." I said, "I can do that, sir." He said, "Why not?" I said, "Because I'm educational retarded." And he came in behind his desk and looked at me. He said, Don't ever say that again. Someone's opinion of you doesn't have to become your reality. And as he talked, my heart began to beat fast. Tears began to run from my eyes, and I was in the back just to listen to him. Because the speech he was giving, that speech was for me. And he said, Mr. Brown, if you want to do worthwhile in life, you've got to be hungry. And anyway, this is my today's English speech. And now I will tell you my present situation. I repeated over and over times about Les Brown's motivate speech and Steve Jobs speech, and few times of what is his name, Lickbees, which was I repeated the very first time of this video. The speech name is Lickbees. 3 and 4. Chris learns there how to learn any language in 6 months, but this is a little bit difficult, and there are some I think fourth speech is little bit more about method for learning our English, so it is a little bit difficult to memorize the whole thing. To be honest, it is not that fun, and another reason is it's a little bit longer than different ones. It took almost 60 minutes, so I think I can memorize this. And another thing is Denzel Washington, who is actor, and he speeched in Philadelphia University graduate commencement. So maybe around 5 speeches I've repeated again and again. Maybe I have to don't add this playlist, just 5 things again and again, repeat again and again in this year 2021. If it is good enough, I think there's no more things to study. I already have a lot of things. If I accumulate whole play time of these 5 speeches, maybe around 1 hour. No, not that long. 20 minutes. Oh, it's about around 1 hour, 60 minutes. 32, 38, 48, 58. It's almost 1 hour, so it is enough to study English. Okay, that's it. Today I studied very hard. My neck is a little bit ache because I speak loud. But I'm so proud of myself to study today, like yesterday, like I'm satisfied. Okay, and I will do next move. I have a lot of things to do today. Because today is Saturday. Weekday I can't do lots of things because there are lack of times. I have to go to work and my time is not that much. So today I have to do everything. Anyway, great.